Welcome to This Week in Warframe, a series where I keep you updated on the past week of Warframe, from announcements made by DE that don't necessarily warrant their own videos, to community fan art, posts, and updates. So without further ado, let's go over D's announcements and news from the 4th of March to the 10th. Starting this week's episode off, we have update 22.15 for PC. Now in this update, players receive the Ceramica collection, which includes the Pandero Ceramica skin, the Ceramica Tonfa skin, and the Ceramica armor set. Now you can buy these items as a collection, or you can purchase each item by themselves for a pretty hefty price. It's up to you. Now also inside this update, we received changes to Arcanes, as well as a few fixes and adjustments to the UI of the Arcane system. And the same thing goes for Captura. We received changes and fixes in that regard, with some UI adjustments in there as well. There was also excavation changes. Now this one I'm actually going to talk about. What they did was make it so power cells will no longer be consumed if both the shields and power of the excavator are at 100%. So for players that complain when you put more power cells in than what's needed, I guess this one's for you. Now there was some general changes, not really any to talk about, but there was also fixes as well. Now like usual, if you want to know everything that happened in the update, you can watch my individual video on the matter, or just read the forum post and read it all for yourself. Now right after that update, we received Hotfix 22.15.1, which only the important thing to talk about would be the removal of an unadvertised duration from Magus Replenish, which is one of the arcanes for your operator. And there was also a few changes and fixes in that hotfix as well. Now for console players, you guys received update 22.13.2. which should make you pretty close to where PC players are up to. So you guys now have the Gauntlist and the Hydralist, Terrorlist matchmaking, drivable Darjans out on the plains, Riven transmutation, TennoGen Round 11 Part 2 with Harrow, Graxx, Trinity Knightess, Corpora Excalibur, and more. A few more additions and changes. You got the sound changes to a number of weapons, mining buffs, arcane changes as well, so they now drop from the Terrorlist and Gauntlist and Hydralist, as well as raids being removed from the game. Now you also have the index changes, all the Warframe and weapon changes as well. It's a huge update for you guys, so hopefully you guys are pretty set. Moving on from updates, we have TennoGen Round 12's deadline. Now that'll be on March 19th at 12 PM Eastern Time. Now this deadline is only here for TennoGen creators, so if there's any TennoGen creators out there watching this video, make sure you get whatever you're working on onto the Steam workshop before that date, if you do want to get it in before that date. After that, we got a brief developer workshop by Rebecca, just stating that they are working on stuff, but at the moment, as we've seen recently, most of the time is getting worked on either the upcoming Venus tile set, new weapons, and reworks of old weapons and warframes as well. Now after that, if you didn't see my solo video throughout the week, Baro has brought Vaulted Relics in his past rotation, and those included Vault Prime and the Odinata Prime. So it is now confirmed and official that Baro will be bringing Vaulted Relics to the game, so hopefully you guys will be able to get some primes and mastery rank every now and then from when Baro brings these Vaulted Relics. So in case that does happen in the future, make sure you farm up your ducats and some credits, because they were rather costly for each individual relic. Now in relation to Prime weapons and warframes, Mirage's Prime Access Pack will be ending on March 20th. Now this means that you can still get Mirage Prime, the Akbolto Prime, and the Kagaki Prime in-game, but the Prime accessories will be put into the vault. This includes the Ibera Prime Syandana, the Atavus Prime Armor Set, and Mirage Prime's Glyph. So if you want to get that stuff, make sure you purchase the pack before the 20th of March, and you'll be able to get it. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until the next Prime Unvaulting when those specific items come out, and that may be a couple years. Now moving on, Rebecca posted onto the forum saying that on March 16th we'll have Devstream 108, and that it was rescheduled due to people being on vacation for Friday that just passed. We also have Remote Observer Volume 24. It's basically this series coming from an official source. So moving on to Twitter developer post, we have Steve coming out and saying that DE is working on their own particle engine separate to PhysX, because NVIDIA is dropping PhysX particle support in their future update, according to Steve. So they're making their own, and what he said on Twitter, as you can see on the video, is that this particle system will be supported by all GPUs, so you'll be able to use it on Radeon as well as NVIDIA. Now, he also did state in the comments and replies that they're hoping to get this on console, and hopefully it will work just as well as PC. We also have a tweet from Pablo coming out saying that he has a list of things to do, and on that list is making it so you can change and reorder the loadouts that you have in your orbiter, which is a big struggle for me personally, so hopefully this will be coming soon. Now, moving on to community highlights. Starting it off, we have the winners for the album cover contest. Now, they've split the winners into 2 different categories with the same prizes. Now, for the screenshot category, XDAC came in 1st place. For 2nd place, we had EHH, 3rd place, iCatalyst, and 4th place, Wedley. Now, for digital winners, we have Netcrow in 1st place, 2nd place, Zentrex, 3rd place, Lokesh, and 4th place, Dahakadili. Now, as for fan art this week, we have Medieval Nova by KidneyShake, Atlas Bust by Lagiacarus, Saryn by Hessra, Mesa by Valwyrm Art, and Harrow Graxx by Wraether. Now, like usual, all of the information to the sources of the information that I provided here today are in the description, as well as the links to the fan art that are showcased here today as well. If you found this video informative, make sure to leave a like. If you think I can improve upon the series in any way or form, make sure to leave a comment down below, as well as your thoughts on anything that I talked about here today. Also, if you missed out on last week's episode, make sure you click the annotation on the screen, and it'll take you right to it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.